My name's Andrew Austin. I'm the Policy Director at Transportation Choices. We're a statewide advocacy nonprofit that works to bring people more choices to get around. And what we're going to do today is kind of walk through the history of Tacoma when it comes to transit and urban planning, where we were in the turn of the century to the 60s and 70s and 80s of failed urban renewal to the more bright future of where we're going now is the one of Tacoma and the one of every city across the country. So at the turn of the century, Tacoma really flourished because the railroad ended here. It was a walking, biking, transit port town. And this road behind me, 11th Street, actually had a cable car running up and down it, just like San Francisco. And the city grew up around the streetcars and cable cars that connected neighborhoods, and people walked and took transit to get around almost everywhere. We're at 10th and Commerce, and really this is the part of the story with Tacoma and a lot of cities across the country where in the 50s, cities kind of had their peak, and through 1960s and the 70s and 80s, they had a hard time. So behind us is this beautiful parking garage, and that's what they call in the 1970s of urban renewal projects. Basically what they were doing is cities across the country were trying to compete with suburban sprawl and the growth of the automobile and the mall, and so they thought the solution was more parking instead of more places that people wanted to be. So we're at Tacoma Dome Station, and this is really where it all comes together in Tacoma. We've got buses and light rail and Amtrak and Sounder trains. And really where we're at here is, the question of what do we want the future of Tacoma and the other great cities in the United States to be? So the ultimate question is, what do we as a community want our future to be? A future that's exclusive to people who can afford private automobiles, or a future that's inclusive to everyone, no matter how they get around?